Picturesquely planted along the banks of the Cache-la-Poudre River, Our Lady of the Valley Parish announces the presence of Christ the King to northern Colorado, where once thrived the lowly sugar beet in one of the fastest growing parts of the Archdiocese of Denver. Today, hearts come alive in Our Blessed Lady's company. Now, from the Rectory, here is the Windsor Catholic Report with Father Samuel Morehead.
Greetings, this is Father Sam. Welcome back to the Rectory here in Windsor at Our Lady of the Valley, and it's good to be with you as we enter into another Windsor Catholic Report. It's come to the second Sunday of this beautiful Advent season. We've had the first snowfall of the year, and the season feels right. So let's see what we have on tap here in the life of the parish in this coming week. First and foremost, after this weekend's Masses for the second Sunday of Advent, we have the solemnity and the holy day of obligation of the Immaculate Conception, which also happens to be the titular feast or the patronal feast of our parish under the title of Our Lady. So we'll have Holy Day Masses on Monday the 8th at 9 a.m. in the morning and again at 6:30 p.m. in the evening. We also have a mission church, of course, over at St. Mary's in Ault, and we'll have an earlier Mass at 5:30 p.m. if that would be more convenient for some person. So it's always good for our parishioners here in Windsor to realize that we also have a church, a chapel within our boundaries, and that's over in Ault, and you're always welcome to be there with us as well for that Mass. So that's the Holy Day of Obligation coming up this very Monday. To honor our Blessed Lady and the fact that this feast of the Immaculate Conception is our titular feast here at Our Lady of the Valley, the Knights of Columbus are going to be doing their pancake breakfast this Sunday morning on the Sunday the 7th after the 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. Masses. So you're more than welcome to come to those Masses or come just even for the pancake breakfast around those Masses, and we'll have a special way to honor and celebrate being a parish in honor of our Blessed Lady Mary in advance of her great feast day. Well, this is the beautiful season of Advent, and I have put together my Advent meditations. There you see it on the screen, and here is an in-person copy. We now have a whole number of these little books that I can offer my meditations for the Advent season through the lens and with the angle of song, carol, and chant. They're in the parish office. If you're interested, there's a recommended donation of $15 for these books. You can get a copy of them. They're for each of the days of Advent from the 1st of December all the way through the 25th for Christmas, and each day's reflection matches up with a different carol, chant, or song that's on a Spotify playlist that I've put together, so you can listen to a beautiful piece of Advent music and then meditate along with it. That Spotify playlist is available online. If you even want to go check it out yourself, you can go to Spotify. All you have to do is search Lessons of Advent, the name of this book, and my last name, and you should be able to find it. And then you can go to the parish office. Or if you go to lulu.com/shop and you just search Lessons of Advent with Morehead as the last name, you'll also find this book there, and you can order a copy that way. They've told me that in the next week or so it should be available also on Amazon and on Barnes & Noble, but I could not find it as I was doing this broadcast, so you might be on the lookout for that as well. We have a special Advent Night of Reflection coming up. That will be on Thursday, December 18th, from about 6:30 p.m. till 8 in the evening. At 6:30 p.m., we'll gather in the church, and I'll give a reflection on the Blessed Virgin Mary for the Advent season, and then right at about 7 p.m., we will have the start of a Eucharistic Holy Hour, Eucharistic adoration in the church. But it's not going to be like we normally do it in silence. There'll be a lot of silence, but it'll be punctuated with beautiful song. We have a visiting choir that has a spirituality of singing for holy hours like this. They've done it at a number of other parishes in the life of the Archdiocese, and they reached out to me and see if that was something that would interest us. I thought it might interest you. So they'll have beautiful Advent reflections. They'll sing O Come, Emmanuel, and some of the other great pieces. They'll do whole periods of silence as we're in front of the Blessed Sacrament, Jesus, and then we'll have these songs, these chants that help us to enter well into the Advent season. It'll be a week before Christmas, so what a wonderful way to have a moment of prayer, of rest, of meditation, of contemplation as we are in this Advent season. So mark your calendar, come to that. That's Thursday, December 18th, 6:30 p.m., a talk on Mary, followed by a Eucharistic Holy Hour with beautiful music. Speaking of beautiful music, I wanted to point out that in addition to making this book on the lessons of Advent, we've put now out in the church to replace the white binders this little light blue book called Transitus, which is our collection of more contemporary hymns in the life of Our Lady of the Valley Parish. This is just an updated version and a nicer presentation than the white binders that were kind of falling apart. So as you'll find these now in all of the pews, please know that they're for the church. We put them out in the last few days, but word's come to me that people have taken them already from the pews. Well, we didn't order them for these to go home to anybody's house. These are the church's property, and we have to keep them in the church to be able to pray along with them at the church. So if you know anybody who's taken this home, please have them bring it back. They can get this book and take it and meditate on it and buy a copy and take this fully at home. But these books are for the church, and they are going to be our song books to help with the contemporary hymns that are not found in our new Source and Summit hymnal. So we'll have two books in the pew, Source and Summit hymnal and these Transitus books for the contemporary psalms as we move forward. My Rhotics class, of course, has come back into full swing for at least 2 more times. We'll meet again this Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. in the parish hall. And then our last session of this will be a week from now as we round out this course in which we've talked about Catholic culture. How do we receive it, embrace it, live out of it? And you are still welcome to join us. We've had about 100 persons each of these nights, and you are welcome to join us for the last 2, this Wednesday and the next one. Well, this is a beautiful season of the year. Advent forms a deep invitation to all of us, to the lay faithful, to priests, everybody, to encounter God as he wants to come to us, visit us, provide us with grace, and draw us into relationship with him. That usually works best when we've got quiet and calm meditation and we let the Lord meet us in that spirit of gentleness. So let's create that space this week. As we celebrate the second Sunday of Advent, the great feast of Our Lady's Immaculate Conception, let us provide the space so that God can find us and draw us to himself. With all that in mind, I wish you and yours a wonderful week in front of you. May you have many blessings as we continue in the remainder of this Advent season.